In at number 10, Bill Burr. On the latest episode of the Monday Morning Podcast, host Bill Burr put his support firmly behind Johnny Depp when it comes to this trial. Burr believes that Depp is winning the trial in the media, and he will most likely win the legal battle as well. On the podcast, Burr said he is not watching the trial because he's too big of a fan of Depp's to hear all the personal details of his life. Continuing, quote, "From what I've seen, the guy is destroying, and what's great about this is if he does expose this woman for lying, I'm wondering if all the people that, just accepted her lies about him, if they're going to apologize somehow." Burr even took aim at women's groups for not publicly coming out against Amber when so much of her story started to fall apart. Quote, "All these women's groups that when they see a woman that lies like this, which really hurts their position because there are women out there that are in a relationship that this woman evidently lied and claimed that she was in." In at number 9, Ireland Baldwin. In the midst of the defamation trial between Amber and Johnny, Ireland Baldwin took to social media to throw her support behind Johnny. While talking about the trial, she called Amber a, quote, "terrible person," and said she thought Heard was a liar. She wrote in the story, quote, "The thing is, I know women that are exactly like this. They're manipulative and cold, and they use their very womanhood to play victim and turn the world against the man because we live in a society where it's cool to say men are the worst." Baldwin then shared the audio recording where Heard admitted to getting physical with Depp, and she wrote that men can also experience domestic violence. She added, quote, "I hope Johnny gets his reputation and his life back, and I hope he's in like 5 more pirate movies." And at number 8, Lily Rose Depp. When Amber Heard's allegations first came out, Depp's daughter, Lily Rose, came to his defense against her. In May of 2016, she took to Instagram to state that, quote, "My dad is the sweetest, most loving person I know. He's been nothing but a wonderful father to my little brother and I, and everyone who knows him would say the same." Then when speaking about Lily Rose and Amber Heard's relationship in court, it was revealed that Lily Rose never liked Amber, and she decided not to go to their wedding. Johnny said on the stand, quote, "My daughter Lily Rose did not come to the wedding. She and Miss Heard were not on particularly great terms for several reasons." In at number 7, Allison Paradis. The Paradis family is very clearly a big fan of Johnny Depp because Vanessa Paradis' sister Allison also made a point to defend Johnny. She showed her support in the form of an Instagram post, posting a picture of what looks to be the two of them together, then writing in the caption, quote, "You are and always will be family to me. You are one of the funniest and most loving people I know. And it's not always a given for your in-laws to like you, so the fact that they are going out of their way to defend Johnny like this is really huge in my eyes." In at number 6, Laurie Holden. The Walking Dead's Laurie Holden defended Johnny back in 2016 and said she would do it again today. Back in 2016, when the allegations first came out, Holden tweeted, quote, "I for one am going to see Johnny Depp's new movie. His personal life is just that, personal. No one knows the real truth, so just zip it." At the time, she got lots of backlash, but with the tide now turning, Holden wanted to remind her followers that she saw the truth first. In April of 2022, the star quote tweeted an old tweet about her statement and wrote, quote, "Glad I did. I would do it again in a heartbeat. Just happy that 6 years later the world is finally catching up. The truth is now being revealed and there will be justice. Hashtag justice for Johnny Depp." Halfway number 5, Sia. Sia is another star who publicly came out in support of Depp and against Amber Heard. Sia does not seem to have any close connection to either star. However, based on what she's seen, she believes that Johnny is innocent. Sia posted to Twitter in October of 2020, saying, quote, "Just showing my public support for Johnny Depp. I mean, I'd love him to get clean and stop with the jewelry, but he is clearly the victim after hearing those tapes." Sia also called out Elon Musk, who was in a relationship with Heard at the time. Sia accused Musk of giving Heard the $7 million that she donated after winning her divorce lawsuit. Heard initially claimed that she would donate whatever money she made from the divorce, but when she ended up pocketing it instead, Elon came to her rescue with the money. In at number 4, Candace Owens. Conservative commentator Candace Owens made her thoughts very clear during the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial, and she clearly believes that Amber is lying. Owens tweeted April 2022, quote, "I'm on record calling Amber Heard a liar from day one. Many people don't realize that a sociopath was able to seamlessly destroy a man because of the #MeToo campaign. Never believe women, instead listen to women and men, but believe facts. #justice for Johnny Depp." Any tweet from Owens is going to get a lot of different opinions, but it seems that most people agree that we need to rethink the way we listen to allegations of harm from partners. Many also praised Owens for being Team Johnny from the beginning. And at number 3, David Yates. Johnny Depp was announced as playing Grindelwald in the sequel film Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. And after the announcement, there were cries to exclude him from the film and recast, after reports surfaced of Amber Heard's accusations. But after much deliberation, the director David Yates and other studio executives made the decision to keep him in the film. And after some backlash, Yates himself came out with a statement on the matter. In an interview with Entertainment Weekly, Yates said, quote, "Amber's claims were one person who took a pop at him and claimed something. Whatever accusation was out there, it doesn't tally with the kind of human being I've been working with." So clearly here, Yates felt that the accusations were false from the get-go. In at number 2, James Franco. Even though James Franco is an A-list actor, for the most part he keeps a pretty low profile, so I'm confident he hates being so involved in this messy trial, especially considering he's been accused of inappropriate conduct with women in the past, and this trial is further shedding a light on that. The pair have worked together on multiple movies in the past, and when they shot 2015 The Adderall Diaries, Depp was convinced she was having an affair, which turned out to be true, as video footage showed the two getting cozy in an elevator. Heard claims when she saw James Franco that night, he asked about her bruises. In an audio recording shared in court, Depp told Heard, quote, "I become irrational when you're doing movies. I become jealous and effing weird, and we fight a lot more." I'm sure Franco also doesn't like that he's on the side of Amber Heard, who is quickly losing public support. And finally, at number 1, Elon Musk. Heard was in a brief relationship with the billionaire in 2017 following her split from Depp. And now Musk is involved in this messy suit, as he gave Heard money and resources when she needed it. Specifically, Musk has been deemed responsible for all of Heard's donations to charities, meaning she got to keep the money that she won in her divorce. During the trial, we learned that the ACLU has so far received over $1.3 million in total. Elon gave $500,000, Depp donated $100,000, and another $350,000 was given from a fund at investment firm Fidelity. In court, it was alleged that the Fidelity funds also came from Elon Musk. Finally, only $350,000 came from Heard, even though she pledged to give $3.5 million to the organization. Elon paid the money because he believed Heard was desperate, but if he finds out that she was lying, he will not only be furious, he also might want his money back. And at number 10, Johnny Depp. I don't think I really have to explain this one all that much, but it's clear that nobody hates Amber Heard more than Johnny Depp. Because of her accusations, which may or may not be true, Johnny's reputation has taken a huge hit, and it's cost him multiple lucrative acting gigs. The exes are currently in court settling their massive defamation lawsuits. Johnny is suing Amber for $50 million, claiming she lied when she accused him of physically her. She's countersuing him for $100 million for defamation, claiming he coordinated a smear campaign against her. A key date in their trial is April 22nd of 2016. On this day, Amber threw a birthday party for herself at their penthouse. Johnny allegedly showed up late and then left, but Amber claims that before leaving he threw a bottle at her. Then the next morning, Depp got a call from their housekeeper stating that there was poop on his side of the bed. Johnny immediately thought it was from Amber or one of her friends as a way to get back at him. So clearly there's a lot of tension there, and hopefully we get to the truth. In at number 9, Winona Ryder. When Amber Heard first came out against Depp, many of Depp's former girlfriends came to his defense against her, to support Depp's claims that he was never violent with her like she claimed. Winona and Johnny dated from 1989 to 1993, and the pair were very serious, so much so that everyone was convinced they would get married, although they never did. At the time of the allegation, Ryder made a statement saying in part, quote, "From my experience, which was so wildly different, I was absolutely shocked, confused, and upset when I heard the accusations against him. The idea that he is an incredibly violent person is the farthest thing from the Johnny that I knew and loved. I cannot wrap my head around these accusations." Ryder made a point to say her interactions with him may have been different than Heard's, but in her experience, these accusations are shocking. In at number 8, Javier Bardem. Actor Javier Bardem also spoke openly about Johnny Depp. In his statement, Bardem not only supported Depp, but took some clear digs at Amber Heard. He said, quote, "I love Johnny because he is a good human being, trapped in the lies and manipulations of toxic beings, and yet smiling and loving us all in spite of it. How? Through his music, through his acting, through his silence. This means a lot. Thank you, Johnny. Millions of others like me love you deeply." Bardem did not only want to share how loving and caring that Johnny Depp is as a person, he also wanted to add that Depp is trapped in the lies and manipulations of toxic beings. It doesn't take much to put 2 and 2 together. Clearly the toxic being he's referring to is none other than Amber Heard. And at number 7, Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan rarely keeps his opinions to himself, and that was no different in the case of Amber Heard. While speaking about the trial on his podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience, he slammed the actress for her blatant lies. Rogan said simply, quote, "You're seeing all the crazy come out." Rogan also clarified that he does not believe her allegations against him, continuing, quote, "I'm watching this trial and it's a cautionary tale about believing in BS. Forming a narrative in your head like, we're rebels together. That's what I felt about Anthony Bourdain and his relationship to that crazy woman, Asia Argento. Rogan also brought up one bombshell from the trial where Milani Makeup debunked a claim that she used makeup to cover up bruising that she allegedly suffered at the hands of Johnny Depp. Rogan brought up the TikTok, but the company confirmed that the makeup Heard claimed she used to cover up her bruises did not hit the market until after she was divorced from Depp. And at number 6, Vanessa Paradis. Johnny's ex-wife, Vanessa Paradis, who he has a good relationship with, also came forward to defend him. Depp and the French star met on the set of Roman Polanski's film The Ninth Gate and were together for around 14 years from 1998 to 2012. During their time together, the couple had 2 children, but never decided to get married. During the allegations, Paradis said, quote, "Through all these years, I've known Johnny to be a kind, attentive, generous, and non-violent person and father. I'm aware of the allegations which Amber Heard has publicly accused Johnny of for more than 4 years now. This is nothing like the true Johnny that I have known, and from my personal experience of many years, I can say he was never violent to me." Halfway number 5, Laura Wasser. Laura Wasser is Johnny Depp's attorney, and of course it's her job to protect and defend Johnny, so she would make statements in support of him. But in one statement where she spoke of the case, she said that Heard was, quote, attempting to secure a premature financial resolution by alleging abuse. Adding, quote, her current application for a temporary restraining order, along with her financial requests, appears to be in response to the negative media attention she received earlier this week after filing for divorce. Yet Johnny cannot protect himself or Amber from media scrutiny, and Amber's anger certainly cannot drive this dissolution proceeding. Continuing that Amber doesn't need any of Johnny's money because she's a successful actress and should have had plenty of money of her own. With Wasser adding that Heard took advantage of Depp at an emotional time, as his mother had only died 3 days before Heard filed for divorce. So here Wasser is trying to make it clear that Heard has bad intentions and not only wants to exploit Johnny for money, but wants control of her press narrative as well, which I think perfectly shows, the kind of person that Amber is. And at number 4, J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling got in some hot water after she decided to cast Depp as Grindelwald in Fantastic Beasts franchise. At the time of the casting, Heard had just come out with her accusations, and all of Hollywood was turning on him. However, Rowling defended her choice and chose to stand by Depp. She said in a statement, quote, "For me personally, the inability to speak openly to fans about this issue has been difficult. However, the agreements that have been put in place to protect the privacy of 2 people, both of whom have expressed a desire to get on with their lives, must be respected. Based on our understanding of the circumstances, the filmmakers and I are not only comfortable sticking with our original casting, but genuinely happy to have Johnny playing a major character in the movie." So here Rowling makes it seem like she knows more of what's happened behind the scenes and believes Depp over Heard. And at number 3, Paul McCartney. Singer and musician Paul McCartney showed support for Depp in May of 2022 amidst his legal battle against Heard. During a Seattle concert, McCartney performed his song My Valentine, also playing the music video, which features Johnny Depp. One of the concert attendees posted a video of the song and captioned the video, quote, "Might be controversial to post this video with Johnny Depp, don't care." McCartney and Depp know each other personally, so much that McCartney defended him in the past, saying, quote, "While speaking about Johnny, he said, quote, I know him to only be a gentleman, and while I support women and the Me Too movement, I also know some women who have destroyed the lives of innocent and good men. Johnny Depp, P.S. verbal harm is not cool either, watch your tongue." And at number 2, Doug Stanhope. Back when Johnny Depp was being attacked by the media, he was not able to defend himself because he was in the middle of some lawsuits, so his good friend Doug Stanhope came to his defense. Stanhope published a piece online detailing all of Amber's manipulative lies and stated that Amber was making all these false allegations for monetary gain. He said in the essay that he knew that Amber planned to, quote, blackmail his friend. Adding, quote, "We watched her manipulate and mess with him for years. We didn't say a word. To each other, yes, but never to him." Apparently, Depp even told Stanhope that Heard was threatening to lie about him publicly in any and every way if he didn't agree to her terms. Doug and his friends believe that Heard is a very good actor who seems like a different person to the public. And finally, number 1, David Yates. In the midst of J.K. Rowling's backlash for the casting of Fantastic Beasts, the director of the franchise, David Yates, also chimed in to defend Depp. He said in a statement at the time, quote, "Honestly, there's an issue at the moment where there's a lot of people being accused of things. They're being accused by multiple people and it's compelling and frightening. With Johnny, it seems to me that there was one person who took a pop at him and claimed something. I can only ever tell you about the man I see every day. He's full of decency and kindness, and that's all I see. Whatever accusation was out there doesn't tally with the kind of human being that I've been working with." So here it seems that Yates compared the accusations against Depp to other Hollywood men like Weinstein and Spacey, who had multiple people come out against them, insinuating that since only one woman has spoken badly about Johnny Depp, there's a chance this one person is lying, aka Amber. So starting off at number 10, we have Winona Ryder. Winona Ryder very famously dated Johnny Depp in 1989 to 1993, and they had a very public and somewhat messy relationship. But in the end, the two are very fond of each other, and they have such a good relationship that Winona made a point to defend Johnny when Amber was accusing him of horrible things. In a statement, Ryder said, quote, "I understand that it is very important that I speak from my own experience, as I obviously was not there during his marriage to Amber. But from my experience, which was so wildly different, I was absolutely shocked, confused, and upset when I heard the accusations against him. The idea that he is an incredibly violent person is the farthest thing from the Johnny I knew and loved. I cannot wrap my head around these accusations. I truly and honestly only know him as a really good man, an incredibly loving, extremely caring guy who is so very protective of me and the people that he loves, and I felt so very, very safe with him." And even though she made a point to not dismiss Amber's claims, she felt the need to let everyone know that Johnny was nothing but a perfect gentleman in their relationship. In at number 9, Vanessa Paradis. Vanessa Paradis was in a relationship with Depp from 1998 to 2012, and they shared 2 children together. She also made a point to defend Johnny and make it clear this picture Amber was painting of him was false, saying in her statement, quote, "I've known Johnny for more than 25 years and we raised our 2 children together. Through all these years, I've known Johnny to be a kind, attentive, generous, and non-violent person and father." And then referring to the new allegations, she added, quote, "This is nothing like the true Johnny I have known, and from my personal experience of many years, I can say he was never violent or to me." So yet again, another former partner who was brave enough to say the truth about Johnny, even though I'm sure at the time she got tons of hate for going against a fellow woman. And at number 8, Sia. Sia's statements in support of Johnny are the most recent on this list, but out of seemingly nowhere, the singer came out on Twitter to address her support for Depp. She started by tweeting out a video showing the leaked audio recordings of Amber Heard talking about how she had lost it on Johnny in the past. Then she made her support even clearer, tweeting out, quote, "Just showing my public support for Johnny Depp. I mean, I'd love him to get clean and stop with the jewelry, but he's clearly the victim after hearing those tapes." But Sia wasn't even done, and she finished off her support by calling out Amber Heard's former boyfriend, Elon Musk, writing, quote, "Also at Elon Musk, didn't you give her the $7 million she donated from her settlement? She still came out $7 million richer. Why are you protecting her? She will never get the help she needs if we all stay silent." So clearly Sia is very opinionated on the matter and wants to see Amber Heard brought to justice, and really you can't blame her at this point. In at number 7, Penelope Cruz. Another star who came to Depp's side as a character witness was Penelope Cruz. Cruz and Depp have never had a romantic relationship, but they have worked alongside each other so much that Cruz felt she had a good enough opinion of him to share. In her statement at the time, Cruz wrote, quote, "I've seen Johnny in so many situations and he's always kind to everyone around. He's one of the most generous people I know. During 6 months of my first pregnancy, I spent every single day with him while we shot Pirates of the Caribbean. My husband and I will never forget the sweetness, protection, and kindness that he treated me with every single step of that process." And at number 6, Lily Rose Depp. And of course his daughter Lily Rose Depp made a point to defend her father against the claims. She first posted a screenshot of an article from People, which showed that the LAPD had been to the couple's house after Amber called them, but they didn't find any proof that Depp had caused any harm, so no charges were pressed. With a statement reading in part, quote, "There was no evidence of any crime. A crime did not occur, so the officers left the scene and left a business card." Then she posted a photo of her and her dad back when she was just a baby, captioning the photo, quote, "My dad is the sweetest, most loving person I know. He's been nothing but a wonderful father to my little brother and I, and everyone who knows him would say the same." So here it is very clear that she supports her father and wants everyone to know that at that point there was no proof of anything other than what Amber had said happened. Halfway at number 5, Paul Bettany. Paul Bettany is one of Johnny Depp's best friends in Hollywood, and during both defamation trials, their shocking texts were read to the world. Clearly during a very heated moment, Depp and Bettany were texting about Amber, and things got ugly, showing a different side to the men that fans had not seen before. In one conversation, Depp wrote, quote, "Let's burn Amber." Bettany then responded, quote, "I'm not sure we should burn Amber. She's delightful company and pleasing on the eye. We could of course do the English course of action and perform a drag test. Thoughts? You have a swimming pool. Johnny then texted back, quote, let's drown her before we burn her. The pair also talked about what they might do to her body once she was dead. So very, very dark stuff. Based on what was said, it's clear that Bettany hates Amber and what she's done to his friend Johnny Depp. And at number 4, Paul Bettany. Paul Bettany is an actor who has worked alongside Johnny Depp in 3 movies in the past: Transcendence, The Tourist, and Mordecai. And because of all the times the two have worked together, Bettany figures he was a good person to be a character witness of Depp's. Bettany showed his support on Twitter, writing, quote, known Johnny Depp for years and through several relationships. He's the sweetest, kindest, gentlest man I've ever known. Just saying. With most of the replies under the tweet thanking him for speaking out and commenting that he was right now that the news came out that leaked audio recordings showed that Amber had hurt Johnny before. And at number 3, Kate James. Kate James, Amber Heard's former personal assistant, has been a key witness in the defense of Johnny Depp. James testified in court that she never saw Johnny get physical with Heard. James also shared some interactions with Heard where Heard was violent with her. Apparently once when the assistant asked for a raise, Heard spit in her face. James also testified that Heard would get into fits of rage and send angry text messages into the very early hours. James also testified that Heard was rarely sober and was generally under the influence of something that affected her cognitive abilities. When speaking about Depp's demeanor, Kate James said only good things, describing the actor as, quote, shy like a total southern gentleman, supporting all the other witness statements that describe him as nothing but a good man. And at number 2, J.K. Rowling. In the same context as Yates, J.K. Rowling also had to make a public statement after her and the other studio executives made the decision to keep him in the film. According to the statement, after claims were made about Depp, it was considered that the studio recast him. But Rowling implied that the fans might not know the full story on the matter, implying that Amber was hiding things. Saying in the statement, quote, for me personally, the inability to speak openly to fans about this issue has been difficult, frustrating, and at times painful. However, the agreements that have been put in place to protect the privacy of 2 people, both of whom have expressed a desire to get on with their lives, must be respected. Based on our understanding of the circumstances, the filmmakers and I are not only comfortable sticking with our original casting, but are genuinely happy to have Johnny playing a major character in the movies. So clearly there, Rowling felt that she knew the truth and stuck to her guns. And finally, number 1, Laura Devanere. Laura Devanere is an interior decorator to many stars, so it's safe to say she's seen celebrities in their truest lights. And even though she's a former friend of Amber Heard's, she did the right thing and made a statement against her in court for the defense of Johnny. In it, Devanere claims that she didn't see Amber Heard's bruises after an alleged fight between her and Depp on May 21st of 2016. And even though Amber tried to release a recording making the statement look false, Johnny's lawyers included an email from after the recordings saying again that Devanere had never seen bruises on Amber's body. And although the timeline of events can be pretty confusing, since Devanere has continued stating that she never saw the bruises, this pokes more holes in Amber's story and clearly proves that she lied.